Faine House is a place that our residents, first and foremost, can feel safe. They can feel challenged. They can feel encouraged. That ultimately the first step was for them to be able to trust.
Youth homelessness is a major issue, and what I think is unique about the Faine House is we are taking young adults in our community and giving them a path towards being productive members of that same Central Florida community.
I'm most proud of the Faine House because it has reached a problem that other people weren't reaching. These kids essentially get thrown out to the world and expected to be able to do what I certainly wasn't able to do at 18.
My favorite thing about living at the Faine House is the resources that we have access to and the involvement that we have with the community. We just get exposed to so much.
You're helping young adults right here in your backyard.
The team members at Fifth Third would be very, very proud. We work very hard to create a culture of inclusion, of diversity, but also doing the right thing. And knowing that we're playing such an important part for such a great organization that's working very hard to accomplish all of those same objectives. I have no doubt all of the Fifth Third team would be very, very proud of that.
I was put into foster care at the age of 15 due to family abuse. I was adopted at the age of 9. Before I was 9, I was living with adoption families. And when I heard about the Faine House and what they have to offer and the opportunities that past residents have had, I was like, I have to go. The Faine House teaches you those things that you'll need for when you are out there on your own.
I've had a chance to get to know Austin over the past several weeks and months, and Austin has a dream to become a chef. This restaurant owner was able to give an opportunity to interview and work in the kitchen, and the resident had wanted me to come and see him in action.
I have over 27 years of experience working with foster families and adoptive families. When I first started in my career, we would often take kids that turned 18 out of their foster homes to a shelter. And they had no support, they had no money, they didn't have a job. Most of them didn't have high school diploma. So they were really just out there. And so we were basically putting them on the streets alone without a support system. So I definitely knew there was a huge, huge need for a program like this. Financially supporting the Faine House is an investment in the future.
We should think about what we can do to give back, whether it's with our time, whether it's with our checkbook, however we can give back. I think, our youth is our greatest natural resource in this world, and we can't overinvest in them. We just can't.
There's an old saying, give a man a fish or teach a man a fish. We're trying to teach these kids to fish and fend for themselves. And that's what we're doing here. And that's the change we can make. And that's the change that every person that donates to this program is going to make.
We all, as a community, want these kids to feel like they didn't really miss out. We are a part of their family. And the Faine House truly is a family feeling, and that's definitely the vision.
So the Faine House is a physical building that has 10 residences that houses young adults to provide them with the services from an educational perspective, vocation, life skills, financial literacy, health and welfare.
Our goal here is not only to grow the Faine House in this facility, but this is an area that has a campus opportunity. And I think that if you get involved with the Faine House, if you just come here and see what we're trying to build, it's going to be infectious to you. You're going to be a part of the program, not today, but for many years to come.
I think once you get involved, you'll stay involved. If you're at the gala tonight and you're uncertain whether to get more involved, to get financially involved, take a tour, go see what happens, and you'll believe.